Game started.
Okay, Foy 2010 from Mexico, right? Mexico, right. Okay, let's try knight f3. Haven't played that in a while. d4, e4, d4, e4. That's what it's been. Okay, so he just mimics me. Let's go with g3. We'll go with Reti opening, I guess. And he sets up the opposite fianchetto. Go ahead and maintain this. Try and control this diagonal anyway. And then maybe fianchetto the other bishop too. The double fianchetto setup. Oh, he's going for that too. Do I want to just mimic that? You know, the problem with mimicking that is that the bishops might just get exchanged off. Then there's just not much going on. So let's do something like this. I'm defending the pawn with my queen. It's the idea, so I'm free to move the bishop or the knight, however I choose. But I guess I want to put the knight here anyway. Knight c3 looks like it's controlling some good squares. And the bishop. I haven't moved the bishop, but maybe, I wonder if I could just start going after the queen side. Say like a4, a5. Takes, and he can't take back. But on a5 he can just take my pawn. But that would leave him sort of messed up. Let's try it. If he takes, I could play something like knight b5, bishop d2, and then get the pawn back. And then I'd have a weakness to attack here, over here. I don't especially want to open up any more here, like move the knight away and open up the bishops so they oppose each other. Okay, so he's counter-striking in the center. Pretty logical. So if I take, he takes back. That's okay. It opens up the C file here. Let's go on with a5. Knight b5 is still possible here. Although it's not as, without a pawn on c4 and the knight on b5 is not as stable, so maybe it's not so great. Still, I want to put it there, I think. Okay, so he kicks it. Guess I should have thought of that. He can play that. So, well, I did have I knew I had one square I could go to. But yeah, it gave him a bunch of tempos there. So can I play b5 here? Okay, well, if he plays b5, I have knight c4. Let's get the bishop out of the way and place a rook on the c file. How about? Yeah, I'll start with bishop here. He could chase it with the knight, I guess. But the knight is not so great on h5 anyway, so if he plays knight h5, I'll just retreat to d2, and then I still want to play rook c1. Try and get something against this pawn. Oh, this pawn was just hanging. I could have just taken it. I don't know what I was thinking. What did he play? He played, let's back up a little bit. Oh, it's not letting me do that. Right here. Yeah, he played b5. It didn't have a threat. I could have just taken c5. Yeah, that's very sloppy. Very sloppy indeed. Okay, so we're going to go here. I guess I can consider playing bishop to d6 to c5, but I didn't want the pin. He can put a rook there and pin the bishop against the queen. So bring a rook here, maybe get the queen out of the way. Well, that's interesting. So I can play knight here with a double attack on the queen. But where does it go from there? Queen retreats, or comes forward even. And the knight has to move. Knight could go to d6. Yeah, maybe that's good. So it's a decent square for the knight on d6. And if anything, if all else fails, I can retreat back to retreat back to this square here, e4. Okay, so now I can play b4, and he can't take because his bishop is hanging. So let's do that. Lost a little bit of time with the queen maneuver, but he's 2 pawns up now, so he might be doing fine here. We'll see. But maybe I get my pawn back with interest. If he pushes, take, so I can just take it, yeah. And I still have pressure on the c file. And so I get 1 pawn back at least, so it won't be 2 pawns down. 1 pawn is in the range of a normal gambit, and I'll have pressure against his other pawns on the queen side. Can he defend it? Not so easily. Not so easy to bring a piece over to defend it. Bishop is sort of in the way. Okay, so he goes after my bishop. So I'm going to go ahead and take here, defending my knight, and let him exchange off the bishop. And his queen can't yet enter on the king side here, so a little bit of breathing room. He could chop off my knight. Then the queen could come in on h4 there. So bishop takes f3, bishop takes f3, queen h4. Might be an idea. The bishop was defending the knight, but now the pawn is defending the knight, so the knight is secure over here. And it also can retreat to... it can retreat to e4 again. Or still... oh, and this pawn is hanging. Interesting position. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, no, it's not hanging because his bishop is protecting it. Yep. Let's see. What is my knight doing over here? It's attacking f7. Maybe I want to push on with... it's supporting f5 as well, right? So I could play pawn f5. But the pawn on f4 keeps the queen out of g5, so it's a bit of a... it is a useful pawn to have. Okay. Still, I want to get my queen here, so it's supporting the f4 pawn. That allows pawn f5 then. So I was thinking pawn f5, he could take the bishop, take the knight with his bishop, I take back, and then his queen could come to g5 with check. But with my queen here, that's no longer possible. He still has the idea of taking and bringing his queen to h4. But maybe I would just play king h1 and rook g1 and be okay. Maybe I would be okay. Okay, so let's see if we can inflict some damage on his pawns. Yeah, I'm missing stuff here. He left this a pawn undefended. I should have just grabbed that. I expect I should have just grabbed that. He's going there. That was his idea. Okay, so rook takes and rook takes. And rook takes. How about that? Rook takes here. He could take with the queen. Yeah, that's better. He takes with the queen. I have something here. Okay, if I double rooks, the bishop has to be moved or defended, and then I can take another pawn here. Exchange off this pawn, rather. Where is the bishop going? Oh, of course, the bishop could take the knight with tempo, and then he could... yeah, still, let's do it this way. Rather than retreating the rook. I mean, I could retreat the rook and still threaten to take on a6, but that seems... didn't seem very forcing. He gives him the opportunity to make some moves. Okay, so now I can take here. And I took with the queen. That's interesting. So I have rook to g5 as possible. Seems useful. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's got one extra pawn. He's got two on the queen side, which are going to be a menace. That'll be a real menace in the endgame. See, if he takes the knight, I take the queen. So that's not going to work. So the queen went there. Now, can I gang up on his bishop? Knight h4 to f5, hitting the bishop. Perhaps, and then he can trade off here. The queen's defending the rook. He has... yeah, I guess I was a bit lucky he played that. He had the move knight to bishop. He had the move bishop to h6 there. So now I can play what I intended here. He needs to defend with rook g8. Then do I have anything there? Rook g8. I mean, anything better than taking that bishop. Okay, went there. I have to take with the king now. Oh, that's interesting. He's attacking my knight. So I can take his bishop and he can take my knight. I can protect my knight and hit his rook with this move. But he can take en passant. Is there another tricky move here? Rook up. Rook takes. Rook takes, and he's hitting this pawn. And my rook is hanging. Queen over, defending the knight. Rook here, rook here. Knight takes, rook takes with check. It's probably not good. So if I defend the knight, can he attack it again? Let's try this. If I defend the knight, then I can attack my rook. That's the problem. So I will have to play bishop there. Okay, so now knight takes, rook takes, check. That again. That again. Rook here, check. He takes back with check. It's very unfortunate my king is on this file. Rook here. So knight takes, rook takes, check. I have to take it. And then he takes with check. Yeah, I think this is losing. Is there any kind of trick here? Defending the rook. He takes the defending the rook. He takes the knight. If I attack his rook, he can take the knight again. No, actually, he can't. If I attack his rook, unpin my queen, he can take here with check with the queen. Knight back. Okay, so knight back here. Defends against the check, but it just loses a piece. Loses the queen even. Yeah, the knight's sort of pinned there. Yeah, I don't see a good move. I guess I will play a few moves, and after my material is all gone, I'll resign. Because he can take the right there with the queen. Yeah, this has got to be winning. Okay, I will resign here. Good game. I will upload this and do a postmortem as usual. See you guys later. Bye.